to a point at 20 minutes where Tien and Xiaohu are very tanky, but if you can just get around that by blowing up the rest of this team, I think that FPX are in a really strong state to actually
force Sheer back, so Sheer immediately teleports and immediately starts backing. This is not quite equitable.
Yeah, I think it was
turn
mostly
up the heat. Tien and Xiaohu headed up top.
You see the pings coming on out. Jue's not quite in the area. He should know with the Thrum Warp coming.
See it, bro. You have no shot getting out of this one. They throw everything in the kitchen sink, and Xiaohu gets first blood.
All right, let's see these plates. Terror coming on first, but they're losing a massive wave bottom lane for this.
It looks like they want the fight here. Now, Xiaohu's on the weak side of the pincer, but FPX is losing out on some HP. Dragon goes the way of FPX, but here comes a big engaged Wei, not getting anything on that Pop Blossom. And now Shadow finds himself in a bit of trouble. He's forced to flash away. He's got to use his ultimate to get out of there. It ends up being a 1-for-0 for Weibo.
Okay, well now they can chase him out of the top side. They can get this Inception and kind of coming into the league. This will also be Weibo grabbing themselves first turret of the game. Let's see if Breathe can survive this. This is 3 members.
This is going to be so tough. Kara finally going to drop that ultimate down. They will be able to find the kill. He will get it himself. Now they're going to look to at least trade turrets here. Tien with a nice flash with the wind becomes lightning and goes on to Shadow. Hung coming through as well. Lands the quickness onto 1. But Shadow will be able to dodge out the wind becomes lightning, but Tien will clean it up. That means Hung is going to die. Sheer teleports in. Shui off to the side now as FPX are looking to make some plays, and they even up the kill score.
Wait, they just got 3 kills for free like that? They traded turrets and maybe even trading down here as Xiaohu has been playing the map so much better. Took the top lane tier 1, shifted into mid so that they can make this investment around the bottom side of the map. FPX,
they're going to drop the Rift Herald with their 3 grubs. And now what's FPX going to do? Are they going to just stand there and wait? We're going to see Tien get in the Rift Herald, knock down the turret. Here comes the turnaround. Is Shadow going to go in? Hung going to land the charm onto 1 member. They will easily take him out, but it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Now Weibo looking for a little bit more here. Kara's forced away. Does have that ultimate. He's get that good damage. Xiaohu with the flash right on top of Kara. He is able to spirit rush out of there, but that means that Weibo will have control and will take the dragon.
And that is so many summoner spells as well so far. Xiaohu having a miraculous Rise performance.
Yeah, he's been playing so good right now as Weibo going to look to knock down the spot. Tier 1 turret. Sheer trying to do what he can to clear. He is going to drop the ultimate, and here comes Shadow. Pop Blossom only lands onto Hung, but they root him up and take him down. They will get Kara's TP out as well. This being a double kill after Tien went down as well. Yeah, it's so hard though because Breathe's Tier 1 turret is still up. Looks like Shadow's going to have to try to sneak in, but meanwhile, look what's going on in the mid lane. Shui in a lot of trouble, gets knocked up, but the damage is going to be there. The clone not quite going to be enough to fool them as Tien will pick them off. And now 36 seconds till this dragon. FPX has to do something.
There's no Baron. So it's going to be some jungle camps. Weibo are about to explode in terms of how much gold they're about to have.
Yeah, this is not worth it, and it really comes down to they weren't able to find a Breathe up top, right? Shadow wasn't able to make that impactful play.
Their level. It's supposed to be their weight in this game here. Kara has to be showing a little bit of caution.
He did not show enough care, bro. Charm goes down. He is going to burn his ultimate. Maybe a turnaround, though, as Tien has to pop his ultimate to try to live. But Shadow gets in there. The Realm Warp gets Xiaohu a little, just tries to fake them out, but he doesn't get close, actually. So FPX, they get a pick. Now Baron's up. I don't know.
This is very fake, though. They cannot contest for this. They just, again, used 3 ultimates and 3 summoner spells, right? Like, that was for a single kill onto Tien. There's no objective for them to take. They'll get maybe a top lane wave for Sheer. I feel like Sheer needs to be paying them back tenfold for what's been happening. Awesome's going to have to lose his flash. Yep. All right, Xiaohu trades his. I mean, Shadow doesn't have his summoner spells. Wonderful dodge.
Oh man, Kara's just getting machine gunned down right now. Hung trying to get in there. He's going to burn his flash too, just for the knock up onto the 1, and he will find it over on the side. Sheer in trouble. Light wants a piece of the action. And FPX will be forced off, and again, Hung. Nothing spectacular, but getting the dirty work done.
I mean, him and Xiaohu have been Weibo as Breathe was chasing Sheer off, made him use his flash at the same time. So many over-investments coming in from FPX.
All right, Breathe is going to have to fight out this 2v1 right now, but he could just try to walk away if he wants. Shui going to get in there. The Pop Blossom's going to land. Breathe not able to sustain himself through. That means Xiaohu's going to have to teleport. A lot of pings coming down onto this Baron.
Yeah,
their shtick.
Measure of success.
Yeah. I mean, the most impressive thing that Shear's done this game is he used his ultimate to clear 4 minions to get the turret online.
Yeah.
In that bottom side fight. And I mean, you know, I hate to say it, but he, again, has not done anything as you rightly pointed out. Now Weibo looking for full control over on this top side. This Baroned up siege minion gonna go and try and knock down this turret. As Weibo quickly realized, oh, we're getting hit by the turret.
This is fine though. You're trading turrets on the opposite side of the map. It was Hong using his ult. So as long as they can control and potentially fight on this wave, ultimate from Care is going to recall.
Oh, Shear! Shear's got to use his ultimate to try to get out, and he does. The turret will fall, and FPX cannot get close to Weibo. They're team fighting. They just can't pull the trigger ever.
All right. Look, still, all things considered, 2 for 1 in turret trades in favor of Weibo. It's gold for the time being. We're getting into a point in the game where gold is going to matter a little less, especially with item slots being taken up, especially with how expensive these items start to be later in the game, and how gold tends to be kind of placed in different members and different roles. But control the bottom side, very important.
Shadow's just
what are
dead.
we doing?
Why? Why are we there? Waybo Gaming, pick him off, and now we'll start with the man advantage.
They were trying to walk on over with ult. I feel like that's a waste. Now it's just going to be free time for Weibo. They get the mid inhibitor.
Let's see if they go for the top one or they take it bottom here. Shadow up in about 8 seconds. It looks like Weibo will move bottom to go link up with Breathe. They still have this Baron, but it is going to expire. It was a nice power play for them. About 4,000 gold up. And FPX are running out of real estate quickly.
Okay. They hit 3 items. Level 16 for Care.
I don't think you're going to get anything for it.
Oh, Hung with this massive flank,
this is so sick. Oh, no. Oh, wait, he missed the charge. Okay, he does land the knockup, but Zhao really can't get close. Hong misplaying hard there. The game he's largely played okay.
Well, I mean, now FPX are just late to this, right? Like, I think the identity from FunPlus Phoenix was that, okay, we're going to push on top wave for 1 more wave. We're going to get Breathe to kind of sit under his turret, and then we're going to hopefully reconnect with the rest of our team in the blue side jungle of Weibo so that we can move into mid and stop these inhibitor minions, or these super minions from crashing into our base. Global red buff. Great. But
nice.
You're still so much fog of war here.
Right.
Observers were toggling it before, and they're doing it here again. There is no vision. Kare's going to have to TP for this play. I mean, this Baron should be going down. It's already dead.
Yeah, they have to get in really quickly. Knockup is going to be there. Hong doing a great job keeping Shadow out. And they will be able to get their Rakan out of there, too. Now, FPX really want to get in, but a Realm Warp, it leaves Tien behind. They left Tien behind to die, but he stands tall and kills Awesome. Zhui going to get in there, Pop Blossom on 2. Tien is still alive, but he finally falls. And over on the backside, Sheer has to run away. Zhui has to run away, but he can't as they take him out, too. And a teleport onto the mid lane from Xiaohu.
They're going to try and end the game here. Light is searching. Light will find Sheer. The teleports are finishing. It is going to be a Baron here for Xiaohu. He has 3 grubs. His team is going to reinforce him on this next mid lane wave. FPX, it is 20 seconds before the next available member is going to be up to defend the base.
It's not possible. Care has gone golden. He flashes away. The first turret will fall. Shadow's got a flash too, but his GA gets popped. Care in the fountain, and the Nexus will fall. Waybo Gaming finally get their fight win and take game 1.
Level 2 for this bottom lane of FPX. I think with now 2 farm-heavy junglers on both sides, and I'm looking at Karon, one of his signature picks in the Yone. I feel like
relatively healthy on the bottom lane here.
Though.
Yeah, I don't. This is going to be tough. Let's see what Hong can do here. Headbutt, pulverize. Zhui going to go down.
Oh,
Light
God.
ends up taking a lot of damage, but the turret does so much here. It is a double kill for the Misfortune. Dive bot lane, recall, buy your Faded Ashes, or do something else. And speaking of something else, Tien getting a little bit chippy there. 1v3, and will rightly lose his flash.
On one hand, I think you can make an argument that Tien's just like, yeah, I can just, but they use the priority of this Misfortune we talked about during draft, the amount of movement speed you get access to.
Right. Yeah, Zhui's just on the wrong side right now. Here comes Tien. Gonna go take him down. Does have the reset. Doesn't look like he'll go for anything more here, although
Still in a massive flank, and nobody from FPX knows that he is here.
All right, his teleport is showing up. Here's Care. What teleport's coming through is this dragon kind of losing its patience a little bit here, but not a full reset yet. Oh, resets for a hot moment. Can Tien get in there? No. And then he gets knocked up. And knocked up again. He's got to go invulnerable. Flash over the wall. Zhui and Sheer in the back line. They find the kill. Fade sealed.
Wow.
Gonna land on a just hung. But who is going to sleep? We've put Breathe to sleep. The full time coming through. Not doing a whole lot to Sheer. We're looking for a little bit more, but it looks like
awesome.
Austin's getting a nice engage here. But because he used the Valkyrie, that means that Tien will be able to come in. The dogs are barking.
Why?
And he flashes too. That's not great.
We could have flashed at least one of the Darkened Daggers, maybe set up for our play. He traded both of his summoner spells. He chunked out Light, which he thought, hey, like this is a timer. She's walking up on the wave. I don't know where their enemy team is. This is a fantastic time to pull up an awesome graphic. Just way too aggressive, and now Waybo gets to make this play onto Care.
Okay. Oh, Care flashes too. Tap on it against the wall. It looks like with Hung being able to tank things up, the shockwave getting used. Waybo making some bowling ball, and it looks like Waybo, their engage is stymied here. A teleport coming down onto the mid-turret. It is going to be the Scion, so it looks like Sheer won't really be in too much danger. It does mean that the mid-tier 1 falls.
That's really well played from Weibo. I think
they clear out the wave. They're going to use the bowling ball. They're going to use the Rift Herald too. Breathe is on an island right now. It's going to be a 4v1. Hung has come through. He's a little too far away. The turret will fall. All out, taking him over the wall. The headbutt too toward the teleport. Awesome trying to get out of there, and he'll fall to Breathe. The bull time does get canceled. Teleport coming in, and Weibo all of a sudden have a man advantage. And the dragon is started by them. Shadow looking to chase down Hong. He has a nice flash. He's going to get put to sleep. Just him. Shockwave coming through. It doesn't stop Zhui for the moment as the Fate Sealed comes through as well. And Breathe is going to get melted. No, he gets shielded and finds a way out. But Shadow always looking for more. On the backside, Tien trying to get it done in a 2v1 here. While Xiaohu finds Shadow. Light is still standing. And now Tien going to set his sights on Zhui. Hits him with the Darkened Daggers. Looking for a little bit more. The second dagger doesn't quite land, but Rel is very slow right now. Care trying to make it to the blast plant, and Zhui says, I'm sorry, my mid laner. I'm going to survive here. A double kill on the back end for Light, a dragon for Weibo, and the game falls apart for FPX.
And Weibo might have just completely owned this series from this point. Getting themselves a dragon, now with 4 members going down for a single kill. That is an Shojin. He literally doesn't care. He's like, I'm not actually here to kill you as a Scion. We're just looking to trade turrets on the opposite side of the map. The problem that I have with this from FPX, they were a team that we said from draft, your spikes on 1 and 2 items, especially for like a Lilia, a Yone, especially awesome with his 2 items, is going to be very strong. But if you're Alistar, they can just move in, take control of any area that they want, and then you have an Orianna to just say, look, you ever walk into this chokehold, you die. If you walk into this spot of the map, you die. Tien needs to be very careful.
All right, we're trying to put him to sleep. Oh, he's going to get caught by the Fate Seal. Nobody's around to save him. And the kill goes over to Shadow. The Otacon has been started up, but Weibo, they can still scrap a little bit. Looks like they might have a split focus here.
No, they're going to get
actually
up.
Just backing off here.
They can't contest this. Like, there's literally nothing for them to play for. Now they have to play from a really awkward choke here.
All right, they're still going for it. Maybe an opportunity for Xiaohu to do something big. Zhui goes in and goes down. Now Breathe on the backside. He's going to force the flash out. It's a 4v4, but Hung is going to run out of his ultimate real soon and is going to get real squishy once again. Now it's the dragon down to about 9,000 HP, but Weibo want a piece of this right now. Xiaohu is ready to make a play. Let's see it. Xiaohu shockwave going down and only lands onto Sheer. And here comes Shadow. The flash is forced out as Care managed to get over the wall.
With this, I think that's a perfectly fine tool for you to be looking for. And Weibo, they have first track into mid lane. It was a pretty big investment coming in from FPX to try to defend their mid-tier 1, or their top lane tier 1. Now they get the flash. They traded flash from Hung onto Care. I think they'll take that.
Okay, but Hung's going to get knocked up on the backside here multiple times. In fact, he is still really thick, but he's not able to wait himself out. Shockwave only lands on 1, but it's a good buffer from Care. He slides out. Light dies on the side. Multiple members of Weibo are asleep, and now they're getting corralled like sheep. Tien has to flash over the wall. Breathe is starting to bleed out. On the other side, Corki got a second kill. And this is a huge win for FPX as they will find 3, and they will head to the Baron.
Well, that fight around the dragon may have just equalized this entire thing, because now they win another fight, and like you said, Baron on the cards. Xiaohu and Tien, masterful duo that we got to see come to fruition here on Weibo for 2025. Now need to make magic happen
5v2.
around this Baron.
Let's see it happen. Xiaohu has the damage though, and they're getting corralled. Trying to get on to Xiaohu, but they end up setting their sights on Tien. Remember, the shield's going to be a little bit bigger too as Tien manages to find Shui, and they force them off. It was a really smart teleport from Xiaohu, and Waybo Gaming hanging tough, not letting this go. And now they're going to take the blue buff too, as FPX are forced completely off. Sheer is tanky, but he still takes a lot of damage from Xiaohu.
Damn, they stopped them on the Baron. They might even be able to start this themselves. Misfortune's coming on through.
They're burning a
Teleports
TP. Yeah, here we go.
FPX, they stayed too much time on the map. It should have been their recall and a masterful gambit from the mid-jungle duo of Weibo. Now grab themselves a masterful objective.
Yeah, they thought they would be able to win the 5v2. They said, we don't care about Xiaohu's teleport. But again, it's this really powerful Orianna. The Baron's going to fall, and Hung is about to go on to Care and make this a problem. Here we go, locked on is Tien, and Care will go down. Another nice pick as Weibo thrust themselves back in a winning spot.
They're going to also take this top lane tier 1. Good bounce back coming in from Weibo, not getting dragged down into some of the mistakes that are coming in. And this Baron buff is going to last the entire duration, plus some, for this dragon spawning in a minute. FPX, they need to make this
real powerful at this stage in the game right now. 7,000, 6,000 HP as he's hunting around. You can see Shadow getting chunked out too. It's going to be so hard. They're going to get on to Xiaohu here. And Xiaohu with a nice snappy flash. He is going to be put to sleep, but he's in a really safe spot. He does get knocked up down to half HP. Sheer trying to do his thing in the pit as the dragon gets lower, but Shadow can't get close. It's a zoning bullet time, and it's a secured dragon for Waybo Gaming, and now they're going to look for Awesome next as Tien is in the thick of things, and they will take out the AD carry. They will take out Shui. Shadow will go golden, but he'll fall all the same. 4-0 for Weibo.
Thick of it, and everybody knows Weibo is absolutely smashing here. They're going to break their 6 series losing streak, and they're going to potentially now end the game 2-0 up in the series.
The skid is over. They have finally gotten off the slide. Now let's see what they can do moving forward. They will cap this game off with an ace. They will win a game that, yes, again, wasn't completely clean, but they had some really nice plays.